Hey, we are live. Mike Conley here, aka Mr. Stinky Cakes, along with John Sortino, founder of Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy. I'm actually also the co-founder of Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy. I know a lot of you have been opening our emails and sending questions and asking all sorts of really cool stuff about what we have going on and why this whole thing started. And I want to be a successful entrepreneur. How can you guys help me? I'm ready to make money and be successful. And we know that sometimes some people may think that's a big claim, but when you have the background and the success that oops, I got my double playing in the background so that I know. Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy. I'm actually also the co-founder of Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy. Oops. There we go. So what happened there, I was testing to make sure you guys could hear me. You got to love live stuff. I was testing to make sure you guys could hear me, and the playback started playing, so that's good. I know you can hear me. But what I was about to say was John Sortino. He had a whole lot of success in his previous company, the Vermont Teddy Bear Company, and John met up with me about two, 3, 4, 5 years ago now. Wow, John, we've known you a long time, and he helped me grow my first business, Stinky Cakes. And when I met John, I was getting some results, and I was ready to take it to another level. And I know John was the master of radio ads, and he'll talk a little bit about that. But what John did was he was able to help me take my business from just being this local business to being a national and international sensation through the power of radio ads and the power of creative marketing. But enough about me, enough about that. I want to introduce John so he can do a little bit of talking. John?
Hi, everybody. Thank you and welcome. Mike, I can't see you. Do you know that? We're looking at a big orange circle. Could people see me?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, great. Um, you know, one of the things I like to tell all of the new members when they come in is that every business is exactly the same. There's really not that many differences to it. And I think that a lot of people feel that maybe an entrepreneur is something that you have to have some special skills to become an entrepreneur or a successful entrepreneur. And what I found in my life as an entrepreneur is that one, it's the most successful, most fun job I've ever had, and two, it's made a lot of my dreams come true. So I'd like to talk about a little bit about for people that are interested in joining, and even our members, that you're going to be spending your time building a company. So dreaming is an important part. You got to get away and just think about where you want to go with that. So dreaming to me is one of the most important things you can do. Um, so the title is Make Money, Be Successful. And to me, that is exactly what entrepreneurs do. They basically make money and they're very successful. And it's the highest paid profession in the world. A lot of times, I think even from our members, everyone needs to hear this over and over again, that when you become a successful entrepreneur, you're going to be making a lot of money because you're going to learn how to do it. And you don't need any special skills to be an entrepreneur. You only really need two things. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to be able to dream. And I like to think that if you can't dream it, then you can't get there. So you might have a dream, whatever specific. I remember when I started the Vermont Teddy Bear Company, my first dream was just to make my bill payments because I was just about to give birth to my second son. I mean, not I didn't, but I was about to have my second son, and the beginning years was very difficult because I had to really put a lot of time and energy into it. But my dream was to build a house, which I did, and raise my kids in a really great place. And I had no idea that I would also eventually be meeting the President of the United States in the Blue Room, or half the other stories I could tell you that are great stories about being an entrepreneur. Because one of the things about when you are an entrepreneur and you're successful at it, you really have a lot more freedom to make choices for yourself. So the two things you need to be a successful entrepreneur, in my opinion, are one is you need to believe in yourself, and the other is you need to be able to dream. Now, our academy's mission is to help you succeed as quick and as fast as you want to go. So I've developed a term that we customize a path for you, so that if you want to take your time getting something done, that's fine. If you want to get there quicker, that's fine too. One of the members later on, Sophia, she's in the Caribbean, in Bahamas, and she wants to make pie. She actually does make pies, but she wants to grow her pie business into a real business. And it's really been fun with her to take that business out and think about it growing a few years. So if she can sell 5,000 pies, it really turns into a multi-million-dollar business. So in the academy, I kind of help you show that how to build. Once you know something you want to do, then we'll put together a plan for that, whatever that is. And I'll work with you on that. But the very first thing we do is we set up a meeting between you, myself, and Mike. And we talk about where you are and where you want to go. One of the members, I think it was Friday, wanted to build up her network marketing program. But by the time we got done talking, she said, you know, I would like to bake. Because I said, if you're a network marketer, what you have to envision what you're going to be doing is sitting behind a computer network marketing all day long. But if you have a bake shop, you're going to be in this wonderful place baking really cool things, and people are going to come in and they're going to love the stuff you're making. So when you're dreaming, you need to think about how you see yourself and where you see yourself working. So the first thing we do is we have a meeting, and we talk about where you are, where you want to go. And then I recommend courses for you to take. I've recommended to everyone to take the course, the 4-Point Triangle, because that course basically very quickly tells you exactly how a business works. There's 4 parts to every business. There's a boss, a CEO, a CFO, and a COO. And once you learn that, then you'll also learn in that course that no entrepreneur is good at all 4 things. So you kind of have to find and think about what team you could build and who would do what within that 4-Point Triangle. Again, at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company, when I became successful, I found somebody to handle the CFO part because I was an awful bookkeeper. I didn't like to open up the mail. I couldn't stand those particular details. But once I found that person, my life became really good, and together we made a lot of money together. I'm not the best teddy bear maker in the world, and when I found somebody who was literally one of the best sewers I could ever work with, then our bears became looking. There's a picture of our bear here. Our bears became famous, and they looked just more beautiful than anything I could ever imagine, because I've always wanted to make the best bears. So my teddy bear company wouldn't have been anything if I didn't go out and recruit and know how the 4-Point Triangle works. So after we meet and talk the first time, you're gonna do a few things, and then we're gonna meet again at your level, and as often as you would like to do that. And you have access to me because I love this part, and there's nothing that a person could ask me that I wouldn't have some idea about the answer to that specific question or where to get the answer to that question. So my idea in the academy is because people don't have all the time in the world, is not to spin your wheels doing something. You should spend your time doing the kinds of things that will build your business quicker. Again, Sophia in the Caribbean spent her time, in order for her to have more pie sales, she had to make a list of all the restaurants and the places that she wants to sell the pies to. So she's almost ready to go out, and this is after 2 weeks. She's going to go out and test her sales skills for real restaurants to buy her pie. And once she gets some orders, then she's going to start making the pies. Many times an entrepreneur thinks, I need to have all the pies made before I begin the sales. But the fact is the sales and marketing side is the most important thing, and you will learn that in the academy. You'll also, which I love to talk about, and I'm building a course on, is, to me, one of the most important things I learned at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company was that I started with a share of stock that was worth 1 cent, and 10 years later, that share of stock was worth $20. So I had 1.4 million shares of stock, and that's a whole story. But when it was being sold on the NASDAQ market at $20, I became in one day a very wealthy person, because the value of a company is based on how much somebody would be willing to pay for that share of stock. So I highly encourage my members, when they're spending their time building their company, to think about it as an asset, just like you would be growing a house, that you keep on adding value to it. And then after 5 years or 10 years, you have something that's worth a lot of money, and you might want to retire after that, or you might want to keep it going, or whatever you might want to do. The most important thing about our academy is that, again, what I learned at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company is that we have to be kind of member friendly, or customer service friendly. Our members are really our customers, and I need for them to communicate back to me how we can even make you more successful. So there's no specific way to do that. It's really by communication. And one of the most important things in becoming an entrepreneur is learning how to communicate. I don't know if Nate's on this call, but this morning Nate and I met Nate for the first time, and he has many ideas. And one of the most important things an entrepreneur needs to know how to do is communicate that idea quickly, so it sounds good to somebody else. So he's going through a little bit of that process. And I think Sophia, when she goes in and sells her pies, she's going to have 1 second or 1 or 2 minutes to quickly go in and say that what she wants to do, so she would make the sale work. Did somebody just come on? I don't know, Mike. Can you hear that? Mike?
Hey, John, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Nate's on. I know. If you're ready for them to talk, we could
Yeah. Well,
as well.
What we thought is that we put some members on, and they could say a few things about their experience, or even ask a question. And then anyone else wants to ask the question, we're here to answer any question. So, Mike, you're in charge.
All right, cool. That was great, John. Thanks for a little quick background, and just so you guys know, John has a wealth of knowledge. Like, there's literally no business question that you couldn't ask that he will give you an answer to. So really, I want to start with Sophia. Sophia, can you hear me? I think for some reason we can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me though?
We can hear you. Sophia, try.
Yeah.
Now we can hear you. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Perfect.
How about me? Can you hear me?
Yes, definitely. I can hear you loud and clear.
So this is great. So so everyone that's watching knows, like, we literally have members all over the world, from Africa to Bahamas. Nate's over in Florida. We have members in Connecticut. I mean, like, people, like, literally everywhere on the map. And it's really cool because entrepreneurship is a movement, and it's not gonna stop anytime soon. So Sophia, just let us know, like, what's been your experience so far as a member in the academy?
Well, so far as a member, I'm really impressed. Like, I've always wanted to work for myself eventually at some point, and I felt like I had that entrepreneur spirit, but I wasn't sure exactly what to do. But since joining the academy, listening to the courses have been very informative. And for me, they're not too long and drawn out. They're actually precise and to the point. And at times, you can get examples. If you're not too sure, you know, that there's examples of exactly what he's speaking about. And for me, I'm more impressed with the one-on-one time. It was very easy to get that one-on-one time. And when I do get that one-on-one time, I never feel rushed. So all of my questions are answered. And each time we meet, we always have some goal set, or I've gained some new knowledge, and I have a next step that I need to take. So after each session, I always feel a little bit more motivated because I have something now to work with. So the most impressive thing for me was the one-on-one time, and there's never a point that I have a question, and I can always shoot an email to Mike, and the response is like that. I would never have to wait a day or a couple hours. It's always a fast and quick response. Whatever questions I have, I really feel like I'm getting, I feel like I'm the special one because of the amount of attention that you would get from that one-on-one session and the emails and the phone calls. It's really, I feel motivated. So I didn't have too much, I can say I was motivated, but after joining the academy, I'm even more motivated, and I feel like I'm not even gonna, like it's impossible now for me to not succeed. So this has really been a blessing for me, and I've acquired a lot. Even the other day, my weakness is the money, dealing with the math and the finances. So at the last session, John went into detail with me about that stuff. So now I feel a little bit more comfortable. And like I say, it's a lot of information, and it's very helpful.
Wow, thank you. And just so everyone knows, I literally about an hour ago asked Nate and Sophia to come on, and I had no idea what they were going to say. So this is like really amazing. And so Sophia, so you're saying now, just from joining the academy, you're much more confident that you could be successful and that you can make money with your business.
Yes, honestly do. I honestly do. I feel a lot more confident, and I'm just so anxious to get out there, and I know I'm going to do well, and I'm just anxious to get out there.
So that's just beautiful. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you, Sophia.
No problem.
I'm gonna talk to Nate for a little bit, and then if you want to chime back in, it's cool. Oh, you said another member pop on too, Justin. Thanks for popping on, Justin. So Nate.
Yeah. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I have to share your story a little bit, just because last night I was watching the Cowboys game, and don't kill me, I'm a Cowboys fan.
I know, that's why I kept you up, because I hate the Cowboys.
So I was watching the game, and we had a phone call come in, and our phone number's on our website, so you can call. 9 times out of 10 we'll get it. If we miss it and you leave us a voicemail, we'll get back to you because we want to hear from you. And I got a phone call, and Nate was like, hello? And I thought his signal was breaking up, And I said, hey, how you doing? He said, whoa, someone answered the phone. I wasn't expecting someone to answer the phone. So I said, no, this is what we do, man. We answer the phone. We want to answer your questions. We want to get to know you. And I mean, within an hour, man, we must have spoken for at least 2 hours. And the reason I was able to talk to Nate yesterday for 2 hours, he wasn't even a member yet, and we spoke for about 2 hours. It was because literally it had been like after 12. I don't know what time. It was late. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, it was late, like 1 in the morning. Yeah. It was like 1 o'clock.
And we just talked. We was talking, and man, listen. So when we created this academy, it really was to help entrepreneurs like the ones that you guys see here tonight, because I mean, Sophia's doing something really cool with her grandmother's recipe and taking it to another level. And Nate, man, he has so many really great ideas, and what he wants to do. I mean, actually, what he's been doing. I know a lot of you remember the earthquake in Haiti a couple years back. Well, Nate was one of the people on the ground out there, and Nate's actually a firefighter in Florida. So he flew over to Haiti because his family's originally from there. And while he was there, he saw a great need for the people to become more safe, and it was a great space for him as a firefighter to help the firefighters over there. So Nate created his whole nonprofit to help firefighters in the U.S. give equipment and training and stuff to firefighters and the actual community in these other countries, because Nate, you said there was like what 2 fire stations in Haiti?
Yeah, well, right now they're building more, and one of the third ones in the capital is the one that I helped start it. So I'm pretty happy about that. But in the whole country of Haiti, it's about 3 fire stations in the whole country,
And how many
and
people?
about 9 million people.
So think about that, guys. 9 million people, 3 fire stations. If something happens, there's no way the firefighters could take care of everyone. So Nate made his mission to not only help the firefighters, but also help the community know how to handle themselves in times of tragedy, how to keep each other safe and help each other out. Which I just fell in love with that story. And Nate, just give them your website so they can check out your website.
Yeah, the website is ifarelief.org. I wish I could post it somehow, but it's ifarelief.org. John, if you know how to do, not John, but Mike, if you know how to do that, it'll be cool to show it to everybody. But
what I'll do is I'll post it on the I'll actually post it on the Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy Facebook page, so you
Okay.
guys can go back and see Nate's page. I'll post it on there. But okay, so Nate, so far in this, you've been in for almost 24 hours, and listen, I don't believe in hype or anything like that. So I just want you to give your raw testimony. So what you had.
Well, I was a little. I read the. I just got a Facebook message that came in, and I kind of followed the links, and it led me to you guys. It was very interesting, and that happened since Friday night. So I kind of been looking into it, and then I decided to call on Sunday, just to see if it's a recording, because I didn't want to get into anything where it's all chat room and there's no actual person. But to my surprise, Michael ended up answering the phone, and we kind of hit it off. He told me a lot of things about the organization, and one thing is this is genuine, and he's so real. And I told him I would think about it and get back to him today. Well, I made that decision last night because there was no need to wait any longer, because I know this was the right thing for me to do. And since this morning, I didn't go to the gym today. I didn't do anything. I've been doing mental workout all day, but going through the classes. Had a good conversation with John this morning. Really, it's so enlightening. I've been talking to a lot of my friends about it already. So I went through the class of building your ideas and why you want to be an entrepreneur. So I'm really happy about this, not only to help my nonprofit work, but my other personal business ventures as well. So, but getting the fundamentals down, it doesn't really matter what business that you do, but you got to get the meat and potatoes down, and this is why I'm here, to learn that part, the fundamentals of business. And I'm really happy you guys offer that to me.
Well, yeah, that's great, and thank you. And what another thing, you said it. You said on the call today, because I was actually listening on that call, and you talking about the 4-point triangle,
right,
and how much that allowed you to just get really organized so quick, and just not only organize, get your mind organized for your business, but also for your wife's business.
Yes.
You want to just talk a little bit about the 4-point triangle and what that means to you, and what you learned today versus what you knew over your whole course of being interested in business.
Well, what I learned today, just from the 4-point triangle, in fact, initially you were talking about the 4-point triangle yesterday, and I was kind of trying to picture in my mind, what's a 4-point triangle? How could a triangle have 4 points? And so when I saw it finally, and I looked at it, and I realized that, hey, I call myself that point number 1. I'm that first point, and then the triangle is right under me, and I'm overseeing. Basically, I put it like this with the fire service. I use a lot of fire terminologies and analogies, because we also have a fire triangle. When you look at fire is based 3 elements. That's heat, fuel, and oxygen. And once you eliminate one of those elements, you no longer have fire. I relate the same thing with business. If you don't have finances, marketing, operation, and have that stuff in order, then you don't really have a business. And I learned that today. And I realized, too, where some of my failures have been, and me trying to wear all these hats myself. I mean, it really is different when you actually can see it. And so I'm already seeing where do I see myself in that triangle, and And almost every business that you have, if you have those elements in place, then it's just going to function a lot more effectively. So that's pretty much what I learned already today, and so I'm hyped about it.
Yeah, you know, that's actually, like, people must think like I just love bragging about John, but it always goes back down to, you know, our initial meeting and how John was, for me, able to simplify radio ads. I mean, I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on radio because I knew it worked. I knew it worked because obviously if you look on radio, most of the big car dealers, a lot of the big name companies, the Fortune 500 companies, those guys are still advertising on radio, and I knew it worked. And I knew about John's story, and I was like, man, I have to get in touch with this guy. And I mean, I did days and days and days of research to find John, just to get in touch with him. And when I decided that I wanted to help entrepreneurs, and I found that John wanted to help entrepreneurs, I was like, but John was more interested in helping kid entrepreneurs. And I said to John, you know what? If we want to help kid entrepreneurs, we actually should help their parents, because entrepreneurial parents will help entrepreneurial kids. And John was like, you know, Mike, that makes a lot of sense. So we kind of restructured the whole academy and made it an entrepreneur academy for adults. And but we still have the mission of helping kids too. So all the members could attest to this. We have a course in the back office. It's called Teaching Your Kids Entrepreneurship 101. And literally, if you have a child that's thinking about being an entrepreneur, or you could just see they have that entrepreneurial bug in them, you want to take that course so you could learn how to help them become successful entrepreneurs and learn how to do it from the get-go. It's an absolutely amazing course. John, can you just take over for a second? I'm trying to get in.
Mike.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going in and out. Can you see me?
Yeah, well, I see him and hear him well too.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think that the interesting thing that I've learned from literally the most fun thing is, if you're going to spend your time building a business, why not have somebody that really you can ask any question to, and that person's probably been there, and get you there a lot quicker. And that's kind of what we're doing. I can only see a blue circle, Mike.
No, we can see you.
Okay, good. One of the things that would be really fun to do is just, if everybody takes the 4-point triangle course, about this December, we're going to be putting in an incubator. And an incubator is going to be a place where you already know what you're looking for, and somebody else might have something that you could do together. And there's a member from Zambia who's got this really good idea about recycling stuff, because the garbage is in the street there and everything like that. And the country's offering him grants. And it just sounds like a really good idea to help him out and get this thing going. But he eventually wants to have an entrepreneur academy there and teach kids in his country about how to make money. And I don't know if I told anyone the story, but I suggested that he open up a pizza business like Domino's, you know, because everything that's happened here is going to happen there. You know, it's just a matter of figuring out when it's going to happen. And entrepreneurship is the same kind of thing. There's opportunities everywhere, and evaluating an idea and taking your idea to making it worth more money is something I'm particularly passionate about, and want to make sure that my members understand how to do that. And that is, I ask my members right away to think of themselves as a corporation. And I'm putting together the course for this, along with the stock course. But what it's going to do is it's going to say to you, okay, I'm going to pretend I've got 1 million shares of stock. I want to get a COO. How much should I offer the COO in stock if they work out? So you'll be able to recruit and give your stock and recruit your team without paying for those other positions, and build a strong thing so that you're building a company together, just like you're building a football team or fire station. You're building it with a strong team of people that understand that this is their job, and you're getting stock in this company, and we're going to build a company together that's worth this much money, and you're going to lead them on that way. That's kind of what it's about. So, Mike, should we open it up for questions? Anything? Mike.
Yeah, that's fine, John. You could do that. I'm still trying to get Gammy, and I think he can hear us, but he can't get in. So I'm just trying to figure it out because he had some questions.
Okay. Gammy's great because Gammy, and it's funny. I think as members, I think it would make sense that each of the members eventually just talk sometime and just consider yourselves part of the same family in a sense, because you all want to do the same thing. You all want to figure out how to do this particular. You're almost like in the first class, so someday you're going to graduate, and maybe we'll have like caps and gowns or something. I'm not really sure. That'd be fun, Mike, right?
Yeah, we should have a whole banquet, rent out some huge stadium.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I agree.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. It would be fun. And I think that it might be that if I was to blink my eyes, I think the Academy would have, I think, places where people can go all over the world, because the problem with Zambia, you can't even get connected on the internet. And I had to teach, his name is Castro, a little bit how to get connected in Google Hangouts, but he has to go to an internet cafe to connect with us. And for those who remember when the internet first came out, we all would go to the internet cafe to connect to the internet, and because no one really had it except an internet cafe, we all kind of learned how to do it together. They have no connection, no recycling. There's so much opportunity there. So, Mike, I'm going to leave it up to you. Oh, the thing is that Mike and I built a business plan that we want our members to eventually follow what Mike and I are doing, because I think you'd have fun doing it. So I plan on including everybody in on our plans. And I think the most interesting thing Mike and I are doing is that we're building a corporation together. So eventually, as you guys become more and more knowledgeable, you'll take a look at the corporation and understand how corporations work. We'll discuss boards and things like that as you put together each piece. And the whole time, my one thing would be is that you don't make a mistake that allows you later on, 10 years down the road, to get screwed by something you didn't know earlier on, because you're going to be spending a lot of time building a cool company. And you're going to have fun, and you're going to be like stressed out at times. You're going to wonder, what am I supposed to do? I highly recommend to all entrepreneurs every once in a while go to church, every once in a while, because I firmly believe that might be the only place that anybody's going to understand what you're going through. So for me, I went to I'm Catholic. I went to this church, and the father goes, "So, can I help you, son?" And I go, "No, Father, I'm not here to pray." He goes, "What are you here for?" And I go, "Business. Just I don't have enough money to pay my checks." And he goes, like life's like a canceled check. You might be dead tomorrow. So what are you worried about? So just do your best, and and go on. I'll tell you, the guy became my best advisor.
Yeah, I'm finally on here.
Hey, Gammy.
How you doing?
Sorry, John. Finish your story. I just got excited.
Well, no, I'm telling you, I believe that Father Holland really helped me out. So I was just suggesting, Gammy, that that entrepreneurs need to every once in a while go to church, because you just need to. You just need to get out. Like, that might be the only person that understands what you're going through.
John, what you didn't say, and I think the members would actually appreciate this, because some of them notice and some of them don't notice, because when you decided in, I think it was March, April, May. It was March. It was April. We got together and decided to do this Entrepreneur Academy. And when you dropped the bomb on me, you said, "Mike, I'm not using any of my Vermont Teddy Bear money, and I don't want you to use any of the Stinky Cakes money. We're gonna build this from scratch, just like how we teaching people to do it." And for me, that was a unique experience because I'm really good at marketing, and I love being able to send paid traffic to stuff and and then utilizing like radio strategies and all this other stuff. But when John issued the challenge of doing it just with using just only our skills, we literally started with our two hands. It at times was challenging. I mean, one of the biggest obstacles we had in the beginning, we had a few people that was with us that we thought was going to be really strong pieces, and we end up having to kind of go different ways because we had different directions, different visions. But there's so many other little things that sometimes in businesses you have to deal with. But when you have, I get you. When you have a strong mentor and have the fortitude and the know-how and you have the ability to adjust, because being an entrepreneur is a roller coaster. And the funny thing is, your idea may be real simple, and the execution may be real simple, but there's those unseen things that bother you that really stop most entrepreneurs. So I thought it was really unique, a unique strategy. But so I'm gonna tell you how most of you got here, so you guys understand like the kind of stuff that we teach. Because John is really great at like nuts and bolts of business and tying stuff up, and literally everything that I hate doing with business that you have to do, John loves doing. And I'm really great at social media marketing and internet marketing and just getting people onto a site. So most people that we end up inviting about just a little under 2,000 people from this weekend, and from like 300 before. So a little over 2,000 people we invited to this webinar. And on Friday, most people didn't even know CambridgeEntrepreneurAcademy.com existed. But what I did was I made a post go viral on Facebook, and like literally right now, we had over 100. It was like 100-something thousand people this weekend, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, over 100-something thousand people on our website over the weekend, and we literally had to go to our website provider and ask for more bandwidth because we couldn't handle the amount of people on the site. But I say that to say, when you start, it doesn't matter where you start. Like everything, your success, literally the difference between you and your success is the reason you tell yourself why you can't have it. The reason you tell yourself why you can't have it. See, when you surround yourself with entrepreneurial minds and genius minds that been through the fire and know how to do it and already did it and already fight the battles that you think you have to fight, and they can say, hey, wait a minute, stop. Why are you fighting that battle? Your energy should be placed over here. This thing that you're worrying about, that doesn't even affect your dream. You need to be doing this thing. And then you start having those moments of clarity like, oh, wow, you're right. That's what I need to be doing. And that's what you hear a lot of our members say today. Because, listen, I launched my first company when I was 9 years old. I fell in love with entrepreneurship at 5 years old. And I've been loving and studying entrepreneurship all my life. And I sit on these calls with John, and I'm like, holy crap, yep, that makes sense. The ability that John has to simplify things is absolutely amazing. And he'll tell you, he'll always give credit to the fact that he's dyslexic. So he sees information differently. So he processes it differently. So when it comes out to us, it's like, oh, that's right. I cut out all of that stuff. Here's the part that I need. And it's amazing when you're able to tap into his brain to do stuff like that. And I'm kind of like that a little bit, but I'm like that when it comes to marketing and branding. And I was talking with Nate today, and Nate was like, man, I wish I could get more volunteers. And like in 3 seconds, I gave him a strategy to get more volunteers for his nonprofit. He's like, duh, why didn't I think of that? But that's just kind of what it is. All right, so I want to talk to Gammy. So what we have going on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 members down here right now, along with myself and John. And Gammy, I know there's no script. I just asked you to come on maybe about an hour or so ago when I asked the other folks to come on. Just tell the people like what's been your experience with the Academy. Do you find it beneficial to you? Do you think it's garbage? What I want your honest opinion on the Academy.
My biggest thing, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep.
My biggest thing with the Academy is just the experience that you guys went through. Like, you basically teach us what not to do, what to do, what works for you guys. Like, I'm a very small company. I just licensed my first company in construction. but you guys got me to even already open my eyes up to not even just an LLC, but incorporating. So you guys always get me to look a lot further down the road. Like what I initially thought would have been a 10-year plan, after talking to you guys for the past few weeks, is more like a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan. Like you guys are showing me that these goals, even though they seem extreme at first, are a lot more attainable over a short amount of time. It's really about what I put into it. And I feel like, I'm always learning from you guys. There's always something. Like last week it was the cash flow sheet, which basically summed up all my numbers, and it's something that I've been working on the past week and a half. Just the tools of the trade in a sense. I feel like we almost have a cheat sheet towards running a successful company. Most people don't have that network, and I feel like you two guys have done it, and you guys are continuing to do it and still have that same drive, so it kind of pushes me that much more to get to where you guys are at. As far as, I don't really have any downfalls. You guys are always accessible. Anytime I call or anytime I ask questions, you guys are always there. It's more motivating than anything else.
Exactly.
Now listen, I'm Gabby. I'm glad you came on late because I kid you not, Sophia almost word for word said what you said about being accessible. And Nate last night, he said the same thing. He was like, man, I wasn't expecting someone to answer. See, because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy isn't all about, me, John and I.
I'm gonna break out for a second, fellas. I gotta go answer the door.
Okay. John and I are just really both passionate about entrepreneurship. And I sum up my involvement with the academy like this. Like, it's really cool to be successful as an entrepreneur for yourself. That's cool. That's cool. What's more cool or what's more fun and what's more amazing is being able to watch someone else do it. Yep. It's almost like you learn how to ride a bicycle, and that's cool. But when you teach your child or a friend to ride a bicycle, and now you both can ride bicycles together, that's like really cool. Like it's so much better helping someone else do it. Like, we love doing it. We love doing it. So like when you guys respond to even people that get the emails from us, like we literally write those emails and send them out to you. When you respond, we literally sit there and write those responses. I had one lady send me an email last night, and I said, John, and I like to poke at John because John, to me, John's brilliant, so I said to John, I said, John, all right, you're the #1 marketer in the world. I give you that. You're the #1. You're the top spot, but just know I'm second. I'm coming for first place. So we have fun together. Like I really admire John's work. Like I said, I learned about John when I was a kid because he started Vermont Teddy Bear a year after I was born. And like I said, my mother as a kid always My mother as a kid always told me to taught me to read and love reading. And one thing I was always very observant. And my stepfather had a pest control business, and believe it or not, wealthy folks have bugs too. Right? I learned that as a 5-year-old. But what I also learned was there's different habits between successful people and people that don't become successful. And one of the main habits is that successful people are always learning. They're always learning. Like learning doesn't end for successful people. The second they feel like they've mastered something, they go on to something else. And one of the things that I always noticed at the wealthier people's home when I was a kid, and I grew up in the Bahamas too, by the way, was that they always had like publications like Entrepreneur Magazine and Inc. Magazine and Forbes and Fortune and those kind of things. And I started reading those things. And that's actually how I learned about John and the Vermont Teddy Bear Company, because like I said, I fell in love with entrepreneurship as a little kid. But I couldn't understand a lot of the complex concepts. But a concept like, Mike Kittredge with Yankee Candle and the Ben and Jerry's guys.
Robert.
With Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Non, va pas introduce you avec tout le monde.
And then, hold on. And then a guy like Famous Amos and Dave Klein with Mr. Jelly Belly Jelly.
Online?
Yeah.
And then let me just mute Nate out real quick. And then John with Vermont Teddy Bear. Like, those were simple concepts. Like, oh crap, I could do that. I could understand how that works. So what I did, I started my first company when I was 9, which was a candy company. And with that company, I was able to retire my grandmother in 2 years. But literally, the concept of me being able to operate that business was from stuff I learned from guys like John. So when John agreed to mentor me, and he hates the term mentor, but I tell him he's a great mentor because and Gammy, you said the same thing to me in one of the messages, that you love the fact that, you know, we don't come up as egotistical. Yes, we had some success, but we don't come up as egotistical. And John, my whole time knowing him, he's never been egotistical.
Yeah, I think people naturally expect that. I think people that are in a position of power, or I should say people that aren't in a position of that power or success yet, get very easily intimidated because they see that these people are where they want to be at, so they hold that prestigious to them. And you almost expect them to not be approachable.
True.
Okay, this guy's at a certain level. Why would he ever hold a conversation with me when
Exactly.
I'm here at ground zero? So it's enlightening and it's empowering, but you guys kind of killed that stereotype in a sense. Like I feel like a lot of people, even in my business, that I know a lot of players that are big in construction and demolition, but if you ask them for any kind of knowledge, they don't give it out. It's like they did it, but they don't want to dish it back out, and I feel like that's the problem with a lot of people that become successful, is that they forget where they came from.
You know what I say about that? Because when I was looking for mentors in my business, I would go to a lot of people, and very few. I mean, I had one of my first mentors was Mike Kirich, the guy who started Yankee Candle, he's a guy, brilliant marketer mind as well. And then John. So I knew that people that's when I started having this thing. And I said, truly successful people. Like truly successful people always want to help out and always want to give back. And I think most of you guys have some kind of social aspect of your business. Like you feel like you want to help out and give back. And because when you learn something, when you're a servant leader and you want to serve people and help people, and you're not really all about yourself, like you have to give. Like there's more joy in giving than receiving. Like you want to give, you just want to share. So like when you find a community of entrepreneurs like what we created and what we started, like it's just unbelievable to be able to share like this. And I like it's really like it's a fun thing watching every one of you grow. When I started my company, like I wouldn't sleep. Like now I don't sleep because I'm excited for you guys. But like and Nate could attest to this, because yesterday I was like, hey Nate, listen, I need to go to bed, man. He's like, I know, go to bed. And I was like, I can't sleep. I got excited off of his energy, right, Nate?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead. Yeah.
But
you guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I had actually, this is my business partner, Robert. Hi, how you doing?
Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, we have a little problem here with the microphone. But, yeah, really, just listening to you guys talk, man, it's hyping me up even more. In fact, I had a chance to briefly tell Robert about it, but now he's being introduced to you guys before I even tell him the whole story. So, but you guys' story and it actually encouraged me, since the fact that I'm the rookie here. So I just kind of started it's not even 24 hours yet, but to see like Gamma and the other young lady, I don't remember her name, but just to see how excited you guys are about the program, it's encouraging.
Some of you, can you hear me when I'm talking? Some of you might be good at something else.
Can you hear?
Okay. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, some of you might be good at something else, and I do think after talking to you all that you would almost love talking to each other and working some stuff out. And I use as an example Gammy. Gammy, there's a member who wants to start a 3D machine business, and I pitched your business idea to her. And by the way, I can't wait to see Gammy and Sophia's Excel sheet. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's almost done.
I can't wait to see it, because I can't wait to see like how much dreaming you guys are doing, and how much you think you can get to where you need to get to. It's gonna be fun. Just take it out another year, like if it doesn't get there. But both of those are doable businesses. So I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be so much fun. But I like to think of I tell people all the time I coach Little League, and my Little League teams always won. And the reason why they won was because I understood that everyone has kind of like a different skill. And I'll learn that about you and tell you what you need to surround yourself with. and so that you don't have to carry the whole load. That's a really cool part too. But I'm telling you, I'm looking forward. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. It's really fun. It's exciting. I think about myself doing the same thing. But
So we have another member on. John, you actually haven't met this guy yet. His name is Justin. Justin's a chef, and he's looking to create his own brand. And I actually have to connect you. But Justin works during the day, and he's been trying to get on. So we gotta get him to meet with you. But he's saying that this. I'm just reading his message. He said, I think you guys provide the fall along with the success. I want to feel the pain and hardship to know my worth. You allow that in the courses. And I think what he means by that is we show both ends. Like it's not all hype. It's not, hey, yeah, you do this and tomorrow you're gonna be a billionaire. It's right. Like, okay, all right, you want to, so your goal is $1 billion? Okay, so here's what you have to do. And you go, all right, man, that's work. I got to put that work in. But you know what? I know exactly where I need to go. And one of the things that we always tell you guys is that when you choosing your target market, you're gonna realize, not everybody wants your product or service. And guess what? That's fine. You don't want everybody. Like when I look at the academy, and we say stuff like we want to help. We want to have 1,000 success stories. We're gonna have 1,000 success stories. Like some people, like how you gonna have 1,000 people become successful? See, but the bottom line is, some of you guys on the call want to be millionaires. Some people want to be more than that, and some people just really want to make more than they make at their job with a company that they started, which to some people I know is like $100,000, $200,000. So with we're able to help you, show you how to do the thing that you want to do and make money doing it, that's a success for you. So we're not putting out these outlandish calls and crazy, forget all that nonsense, because good business is good business, and there's a lot of people in the world looking for the same product or service that you have to offer. And once you know how to find those people and you can generate money, you can be successful and make money. It's really that simple. Like if you think about it, like I did most of my money selling diapers. Like literally with StinkyCakes.com, we took disposable diapers and make them look like cakes. Now every one of my customers could have went to Babies R Us or CVS or Publix or wherever they sell diapers and bought those diapers. But I know how to create an experience, and I know what problem I was solving, and I know what people wanted that problem solved. So I literally just spoke to those people. And did people try to copy my business? Yeah, a lot of people tried to copy my business. But like I say now, like go and you tell me, especially in my area, you name one other diaper cake brand, and I tell people I'll wait, because I know how to create a brand. Like it's funny, John actually just did a podcast with this guy named Tim Forrest. And Tim, now mine, like I said to you guys, actually I'll show you guys the traffic and all this crazy stuff in a minute. I'll share my screen. But Tim said, oh, Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy? Yeah, I heard about that. Now mind you, we really just started doing this marketing stuff on Friday. Like we were working out kinks and doing, making sure the academy was right for you guys before we really went full force in it. And Tim was like, I know about this. And right now, there's 100 and something thousand people that say, I know about this. Like, I have my number in mind, how many entrepreneurs I want to help. And I already know what John and I are going to do in the next 5 years. And it's going to be something amazing. And it's not about us. And that's the cool thing. Like, that's why our slogan is, if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. Because, like, our whole model of making the academy successful is by making our members successful. And to be honest, we only want certain types of people in the academy. This academy, yes, is open to everyone, but it's not for everyone. It's open to everyone, but it's not for everyone. And what I mean by that is, we want people. If someone's looking to magically tomorrow become a millionaire and do no work, this academy is not for you. If you're looking to learn the fundamentals and the things it takes to be successful, you're in the right place. If you're willing to put in the work, you're in the right place. If you want to learn from people that did it and not going to give you any nonsense, you're in the right place. And if you want to become a member, if you want in the Facebook group, there's a little green button right below you. Click that green button and get in. Become a member. Do it right now. What are you waiting on? You have proof, and everyone's showing you. Hey, John, go ahead.
I want to ask our members just really quickly. It's been going on about 55 minutes, and I'm well aware that people have valuable time. So I think we should keep it time to an hour. And please, any comments you have, I can't stress enough. I'm only here to make to help you get there faster. That's it. I'm not here to say it could be better by doing it this way or another way. So let me know whatever you can. I love working with you guys. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I cannot wait to see. You know, it's just going to be so much fun. And I loved it when I was growing the Teddy Bear Company, coming up with what you guys are doing. And Nate, I hope that you and your business partner work it out.
Okay,
so Mike,
definitely. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, so listen, it's about 8:11. We went maybe like 50 minutes more than we wanted to. So I just want to wrap it up. Thank you guys for being on the call. I really appreciate it. We'll do a members only call, probably if not Thursday, Friday, and then we'll just go in and discuss our mastermind stuff, like kind of stuff that we discussed in our private group. As you know, everyone that becomes a member is able to get access to the private group. Everyone that becomes a member gets access to one-on-one with John and myself. Everyone that becomes a member gets a customized plan for their success. No hype. Here's what you need to do. Here's how you do it. And everyone that becomes a member becomes a part of the family. And then you get to work with all these wonderful people. And I'm telling you, I can't wait until we get like three, four members that really don't have an idea to kind of work together and just amazing stuff. And that's coming. So I want to thank everyone. And once again, you know, become a member, click the green button below, or if you're seeing this in the email, there's a link to become a member. Just join, get in, and let us help you succeed. All right. Any final words, everyone? Any final thoughts?
No, I appreciate it. Be in touch.
All right. Thank you. Justin said, "Be good or be good at it."
Well, same here, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it. Had a good time with you guys. I'm looking forward to learning more. So I got to rush to a meeting right now, but I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to it hooking up again.
All right, take care, guys.
All right.
Nice with you.
Okay, good night. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yep, you too.